Well, it's quite windy today. I think the lemon tree's loving it though. I think it's really enjoying the wet weather. The lily pilly tree enjoying the weather. So we just got the soup bowls all ready for the nice pumpkin soup that we're going to be having today. Love these bowls. They're from Noritake and they're just so pretty, like the pattern on them. Just beautiful. Noritake makes some beautiful dishware. Yeah, some people don't like the rain, but my husband and I absolutely love it. Enough of that. Everybody, today we're going to be cooking a really nice spicy pumpkin soup, which is a brilliant recipe for winter. I hope you all enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, so we've got 2 whole onions. You can use 1.5, but these are very small onions. 2 cloves of garlic. I put a bit extra in because we like spices. And just chop them up finely. Okay, so we have our freshly washed pumpkin, butternut pumpkin. You can use any pumpkin at all. And if it's a small butternut pumpkin, it might not be enough because this soup is designed to last 2 to 3 days, depending on how many people are in the house. So that's how you have to judge for yourself how many serves of pumpkin you need. You're going to need a whole butternut pumpkin. It just depends how many people are in your house. So I used a whole butternut pumpkin because this soup will last us 2, possibly 3 days. It's up to you how much pumpkin you use. There's approximately 2 small onions in there, already pre-chopped. We actually buy this one. It's ginger and garlic mixed, and it's really spicy, so that gives it the spice that it needs, and that's about 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of it. We have 1.25 tablespoons, 1.25 tablespoons of turmeric, 2 to 2.5 cloves of garlic, because you've already got the garlic in that spicy ginger mix. 1 tablespoon or 1/2 tablespoon of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of vegeta. And this is the one I'm using today, but usually I use the vegetable one, but they didn't have it, so we'll just be using that today. You're also going to need some sour cream, not the low fat one, because the low fat one doesn't tend to thicken up the soup as much and doesn't actually have as nice of a taste. You're also going to need some fresh peppercorns to grind, and you just add that, how spicy you want the soup to go, you just add that amount. Okay, so let's get started. So I just pop the pumpkin into the pressure probe. We're using a pressure pot cooker today because that works a lot better. And we just pop it in there, and you just got to judge how much pumpkin you need. So I use quite a bit. Usually I use actually a little bit more than that to make it last. And so we just pop the onions in. Sometimes I'll leave a little bit of the onions to put in an omelette or whatever. The salt, and the garlic, turmeric, and this is going to be a really, really spicy soup, guys. So, you know, you can add as much garlic, as much ginger, as much pepper, just to your tastes. But we like it really hot and spicy. So that's the vegeta going in now. Then you just add water for a minute. Okay, so this is the pressure pot that I use. It's a Smith & Noble one. The Smith & Noble pressure pot. Now, I'm actually going to add the pepper freshly ground into the pot. I like a fair bit. So we're going to put it all in there. Just grind it all in like that. It's going to be really spicy. And it will give you a kick. It's really good for clearing your throat as well. I'm going to add some water. So I will just use a little bowl. And I add the water. So that's one bowl. You don't want it too watery. So that's probably about, in total, 450 to 500 mils of water. All up. Using filtered water. Yeah, that's plenty because it will get quite watery. And then you just take the lid. Just check that there's enough moisture in there. Yeah. So you want the liquid to be visible to the eye. So when you look in the pot, you want the liquid to be very visible to your eye so that you know it's not going to burn or anything like that. And then put it on, lock it into place, plug it in. Oh, tangled. Plug it in here, turn it on. Here I just go manual cook, and then I put the timer to 54 minutes so that everything in there blends really well, gets cooked really well, and then it will just automatically seal and start cooking. And when it seals, you'll see some steam coming out, and then it will just stop. So you know that it has actually been sealed, and then it will just start counting down here. So that's really what you want it to do. Okay, so you also, I forgot to say, you're also going to need a stick blender for pureeing the pumpkin soup when it comes out. So I've just got a Kenwood one. So that will be there for later. And you need quite a long one because it's quite a deep pot. What I also like to do is, which you'll need some pumpkin seeds here. They're full of zinc and good things for you. And I just think it gives a nice texture to the top of the soup. So I'll add to a little fry pan that I've got some baking paper in. I'll just add just however much you want for the top of your soup. So I like a fair bit because it's crunchy. And you know, the rest of it you can always eat as snacks. Of the recipe down below. Another way, so another spice that I like to add to it when we've got enough of it is paprika, but we've got this tiny little bit. So today I'm going to use that as the dressing for the top of the soup, and I'm also going to dry roast some pumpkin seeds for the top of the soup. With we like to use the chili flakes, and of course the paprika, but you can use any spice that you like. So you just turn that on, add the chili. Like I said, this is spicy soup, so I mean, you can have it without as much spices. A bit of the paprika. And you just let that warm up and slightly brown. You don't want them burnt. Now, if that is too dry of a mix for you, you can actually add a tiny bit of olive oil just to give it a bit of a more crispier texture. Just mix that, and that also helps the spices to stick to the pumpkin seeds. And like, you don't want them going black, so you've got to keep your eye on them. But they just give this lovely crisp kind of a flavour to the soup. So I quite like the texture. Just let that warm up. And these can be cooled down before you eat them, so they don't have to be hot because the soup's going to be hot. So I like to just get them ready and then put them to one side until the soup is ready for eating. But this soup is absolutely delicious and yummy, and we have this probably once a week during the winter especially. And like, I don't know nutritional facts or things like that. We just eat it because we like it.
What are you up to, girl?
One of the things that I really like to do when I'm in the kitchen is actually light a candle, because it just makes the room smell so nice and just relaxes me. Shout out to my sister that bought this beautiful candle, pomegranate scent. Just love the sound of the flame.
Wow, those pumpkin seeds smell nice. Oh, look at them.
Just watch, be careful guys that they don't spit out of the pan.
Oh, people should just smell the oil, paprika and spices. I actually love them. Oh.
And you can see they're starting to turn brown.
Really quickly.
Like, if you have a look at that, and they actually smell a bit like popcorn, I'm not going to lie. They do have a popcorny smell.
Very nice.
Okay, so what you want to do then, turn it off because they're done. So we'll turn that one off. And we'll get some paper towels. On a plate. And you just take it out. And just pour it onto the paper plate. Like that. And that will soak up all the excess oil. So it's still counting down, still waiting for it to seal. As soon as it seals, it will start counting down, and then we'll come back when it's done. Okay, it looks like there's only 7 minutes to go, so it won't be long until it's ready. Okay everyone, it's now finished cooking, so I'm going to turn it off at the wall and pull it out and release the steam. So stand back while I do this. It's quite powerful steam. You just have to wait till they all evaporate and release them. Okay, so still slowly releasing the steam. Never try to open it until it lets you open it, because it's very dangerous. Just wait till it settles. Okay, getting there. This is the most frustrating part, is waiting for the steam to release. But it does smell delicious.
My pumpkin soup. Pretty soon we'll be eating. Alrighty, let's see it.
It's slowly sinking down the lid.
See if you can open it.
So it won't let me fully open it yet, so I'll just wait until now it's letting me. So it's still quite hot, so just be careful of steam. And then you can have a look in there. You'll see, like, it looks quite watery consistency. But once we put the sour cream and blend it, that will all thicken up nicely.
That smells divine even now, before it's like finished and done. Alrighty.
I'm just going to Oh geez. Okay. Oh god. Okay, so I lift it over here. Ooh, that is hot. Okay, so now, no, now we get the sour cream and put the sour cream in that before we blend it. Whoops. Okay, so you just put quite a bit. So I put over half of a 300ml container because I like it to be thick and creamy. So you just put that in there like that. Oop. That's plenty. It's quite a fatty, soothing comfort soup for winter. And now you have to be very careful with hot things. In fact, usually I would recommend that you let the soup cool off before you start to blend. But if you do blend, just blend it on the lowest and keep your stick blender in the fluid so it doesn't splash. So just slowly like this for safety. And just push it down the bottom. Don't lift it out of the water so there's less chance of a splash back into your face. You can see as it's blending, it's getting a slightly thicker consistency. And you just keep going until it's blended thoroughly. Sorry about the noise, guys. Just keep going until it's blended. And we'll come back when it's blended and show you what it looks like. So as you go along, you can use the highlighting on the blender. I'm doing it in a way that it's not splashing because I'm keeping at all time the blender under the surface of the soup. And you can see the consistency as I go along is getting thicker. So if you have a look in there, you can see, look how nice and smooth, and it looks and smells really nice. So we're getting there. You just don't want any lumps. It's more like a puree soup. It's so creamy and frothy. And then I just get the stick blender and just stir it around like that to make sure there's no lumps that I haven't missed. It's really creamy, guys. And thick. And this will do 2 to 3 days of soup with us because there's 2 of us. But yeah, it's really good. And it's quite economical because it's pumpkin, 2 onions, some garlic, some ginger, and just whatever spices you like. Just take the excess off there, turn it off. Okay, so here we go, guys. Finished product. Beautiful, creamy, thick, flavourful, spicy pumpkin soup. Oh, it does smell nice. So just put it like that. And then get the other one. Same thing. So see the, it's like a puree. Oops. Just do that again. I might just get a paper towel and wipe that off. Do you want a bit more?
That's fine.
Okay, my husband gets a little bit extra.
Thank you. Smells
Now
really
that
nice.
can go in the fridge afterwards to keep for the next day. And I'll just get some paper towel and wipe the side of the dish. Okay, so you remember the toasted pumpkin seeds? You just sprinkle them on there for texture and a little bit extra zinc over there because zinc helps with colds like during winter, and it's really good for your immune system. I reckon that's enough. Crunch. The rest you can keep for whatever else you like. Put them in the fridge to keep them fresh. I also cooked some beef sausages, and we've got some buttered bread. It's actually this bread from Perry's Bakery.
Yeah, I like it, you know, it's always good. I buy it from Coles. This is selling.
It's got a nice taste to it.
Yeah, it's a homey bread.
Okay, so that's it. And also on the top, you remember that paprika that we didn't put in? There's the paprika sprinkled on the top, just for a bit extra. Like it's not spicy enough. And if you need extra salt, you can add it, but it should have plenty of salt.
So this is it, people. We're going to dig into it now and hope you enjoy.
And there we have it, everybody. And there we go, guys. Spicy pumpkin soup. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let us know if any of you's tried this recipe.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks,
ODGEE
everybody.
out.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.